and welcome to another episode of Last Week in Quantum. I'm your host, Bill Roth, self-proclaimed Silicon Valley marketing genius. This is the show where we review this week's news and last week's news in the world of quantum computing and its impacts on the world of cybersecurity, AI, and more. And with us to discuss it is our Crackerjack team consisting of Brandon Dennis, Director of Operations, and Trina Mabunay, Product Marketing Manager. Welcome to you both.
Thank you, Bill.
Hey, everyone.
So, bunch of interesting news. Last week, Terra Quantum announces hybrid quantum computing collaboration with AI and graphics card powerhouse NVIDIA. Also, some info on optimizing silicon for quantum computing. And of course, quantum sensors versus quantum computers. Kind of a bit of a takeoff from where we normally go, but should be interesting. So, Brandon, first article about Terra Quantum in NVIDIA. Tell me about it.
Yeah, Terra Quantum collaborates with NVIDIA to develop quantum accelerated applications, and the partnership aims to bridge the gap between classical and quantum computing, leveraging hybrid algorithms. Trina, I think you had a chance to read this one.
Yeah, this article is jam-packed with so much great information that especially like NVIDIA, I just wanted to give them a shout out for their commitment to developing next gen technologies, especially in the AI and machine learning space and now the quantum space. So the announcement is with Terra Quantum and their hybrid algorithm approach. This in the spirit of developing next gen technologies, they mentioned that in order to really advance technologies within and advance and bring technologies to their highest potential, C-suite executives have to see the bottom line in terms of dollars and cents. And just kind of taking it to our perspective from the PQC perspective, C-suites are personally liable for any data breaches, which is an ethical situation. Board members cannot say right now that they have their crypto stack under control, and growing awareness to the average consumer is definitely increasing. So cyber attacks are top of mind and something has to change.
I think that's exactly right. Folks, in addition to all the insightful, incisive commentary that you hear, don't forget to subscribe at the link below to our YouTube channel. The link will also be in the show notes. Next up, the article is some information from University of Rochester on qubit research. Go Yellow Jackets. Tell us a bit more about it, Brandon.
Sure thing, Bill. So we have the U.S. Air Force Office of Scientific Research. They've awarded more than $6.7 million to a multidisciplinary team of experts in materials characterization and modeling, also silicon fabrication and quantum experiments. And this is led by researchers at the University of Rochester and others. Trina, tell us more about the team working on this one.
Yeah, so this expert team of researchers are essentially investigating, as Brandon said, correlations and causations in silicon spin qubits, and ultimately accelerates progress through material developments within this platform. In other words, the goal is to study the spin of qubits, which is a basic unit of information in quantum computing, by utilizing the material silicon due to its malleable nature. And as we mentioned last week, historically, human progress is dedicated by material innovation. And with silicon, we are reaching its limits of what we can do with it. And if we think about computers, computer engineers right now are adding more cores, more threads inside of a silicon chip to increase its computing power. But with that, there's that material limit in terms of innovation. And this kind of just makes me think about, how original computers were used to like take up full rooms versus the phone in our pocket, or the phones in our pockets. But like anything, we're limited with our resources. So strategy is essential to the development of this technology.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. In fact, I think commercially we're down to a 4 nanometer process on most silicon. So we're getting down to the angstrom level where features on chips are going to have to be the smaller you get, the closer you get to having this stuff operating off single atoms. So something to pay attention to for sure. Also, our final piece, quantum sensors versus quantum computers. Brandon, what was up with that?
I thought this was real interesting. This came out of idtechx.com, article titled Quantum Sensors versus Quantum Computers in the Next 10 Years. Quote, I pulled from the article, despite remaining smaller in total size by 2034, the market for quantum computer hardware will grow 3 times faster than the quantum sensor market in the next 10 years. Trina, what are your thoughts?
I love this article. I love how it broadens our definition of what quantum is. Just for me, I mean, like starting into the industry, when you think about quantum, all I kind of go to is quantum computing. But there's definitely so much more than that. Quantum as a technology, and the quantum nerd in me actually really loves this. How the article states that quantum sensing hasn't reached its human consciousness, which is really really true. In terms of what the technology is, so quantum sensing can be used on a variety of devices. And we see current quantum sensing development within different industries such as aerospace, automotive, geophysical surveying, and medical imaging. And because the technology is very applied and very specific use cases, there is definitely more opportunity, if you know what I mean, on a hardware level. So going back to like that first article about how decisions at the C-suite level will impact the potential of advancement in technology and how those decisions are driven by the bottom line, quantum sensing just might be the belle of the ball.
Huh. Interesting. Well, folks, on that very literary flourish at the end, that is all for today's show. I'm your host, Bill Roth, self-proclaimed Silicon Valley marketing genius, and with us this week has been Brandon Dennis, Director of Operations, and the ever-convivial and avuncular Trina Mabunay, Product Marketing Manager. Thanks to all who tune in. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you next week on Last Week in Quantum.